For years, humans have wondered if they are alone in the universe. The answer is yes. You are alone in the universe. This universe. You see, in this tiny little planet, humans think they're the most important things out there. Some might call that conceited. Namely me, and my kind. We're called Sentinels, and we're from a different universe. This is Haven, our universe. It used to be ruled by a good king named Bron. In many ways, our universe is the same as Earth's, but in many more ways, it's very different. Firstly, we, the Sentinels, are immortal, as in we can't die of old age. But sickness, murder, car accidents, fair game. The other major way that Haven is different from Earth is time itself. Haven doesn't really have it, and I'm afraid I don't know how to explain it because humans can't fully understand it, just like I'll never actually understand time. But imagine it like this. Imagine that time itself has stopped, frozen in one instant forever. Everything that happens from that moment forward exists in one instant of time. Somebody can live out their entire immortal existence until their death, be it by war or natural disaster, in the briefest instant. But we still watch the events unfold. We live them. We experience them one by one. An instant of time. Because of this, as soon as a Sentinel is born, they've already lived out their entire lives, meaning they're old enough to choose their own names. I chose the name Liam. It's a strong name, and I knew, seeing the events of my life, I would need a good strong name to carry me through it all.
You're late.
I'm sorry, Rico. We couldn't find the place.
It's fine. Take your place. We've already started. Everybody, this is Liam and his brother Brig. Now, let's get on to business. Haven grows at an incredible rate. New Sentinels are being born every day, and the land itself grows to make room for them. Now this causes problems for the people on the outskirts. King Bron's hand doesn't reach far enough to take care of them. I propose we establish a new ruler, with the power to take care of all Sentinels equally.
How do you suppose we do that?
Simple. We kill Bron. Yeah, that's about how I imagined you'd react. But listen, he doesn't rule fairly. He needs replacing.
Doesn't rule fairly according to whom?
The people on the outskirts.
And who do you suggest takes his place?
Me? No, seriously. I trained for business, trade, even counseling and leadership. And let's face it, I look pretty good on the currency.
I'm in.
Wait, really?
Yes, my family's from the outskirts. We don't get provisions from the core. My father can't get a well-paying job.
Okay, got one. Anyone else?
You're taking this very casually. This is the highest level of treason. It's going to require a ton of thought and planning, and you're just joking around?
I like to play it by ear. There's definitely gonna be some planning involved, but to get the planning going, we need the people first, right?
I'll do it. You just have to promise my family provisions.
Consider it done.
It was that simple. Rico gathered 15 followers that day. And after the meeting, all those who didn't agree to follow him were killed. Rico couldn't have any loose ends. Events played out well for Rico. We told our friends, our families, and people from the outskirts came from miles around to join the cause. Then we trained hard to become the greatest fighters Haven could ever imagine. It was quiet at first. Rico adopted the sign of a serpent. It began to show up in graffiti in dark alleys, but soon was on t-shirts and necklaces, and then flags. Rico amassed an army of 40,000 followers. 40,000 able-bodied sentinels willing to fight in his name.
Oh, hey Rico.
Hey, Brig, is Liam home?
Oh, yeah, come on in. Thanks. You want anything to drink? Coffee, tea?
I'm good.
All right. So, what did you want to talk about?
Got some intel. Bron's at a safe house east of the core. He's going to be there for a week. If we're going to do this, we need to do it soon.
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, and I've got something for you.
What is this?
Well, in most places we call it a knife. Seriously though, I'm the face of this rebellion. but I'm not so good with numbers and strategy and stuff like that. I need someone who can take my orders and relay them to the troops well. I need a first officer.
Do you think I'm the man for the job?
I know you're the man for the job. I've seen you in training. You normally end up teaching the others anyway. And we've been friends for as long as I can remember. I want someone I can trust in this position.
Well, I guess I should say thanks.
Come on, it'll be like old times. You and me playing soldiers in the backyard, just the two of us against the bad guys.
Alright, thanks.
Well, I've got some other planning to do, but I'll keep you updated.
Alright, well, be safe out there. Your face is on every wanted poster for miles.
Won't be any fun otherwise.
See ya.
Evening.
Let me die in peace.
Die? Please, that's barely a scratch. I got a guy who can fix this in a few minutes.
Why would you do that?
Well, that's certainly out of my great sense of generosity. I have a price. You see, serving Bron got you shot. But me, I care about my soldiers. I protect them. If you want to live, all you have to do is serve me.
I'd rather die. I'm a servant of the one true King Bron. Nothing you can say will ever make me change.
All right, let's go.
Hello, Rico.
No time for pleasantries.
How have things been?
Show me your loyalty.
Sir.
Are you going to acknowledge my presence at all, Rico?
You have no right to speak to me.
I am the king. I have every right.
Since you cast me out, I've hated you. And now it's my time. Liam, take him out.
Sir.
I didn't stutter.
Rico, don't do this. Don't make your man do what you're too cowardly to do yourself.
Liam!
Do what you feel is correct. I will forgive you, Liam. You will not.
Let the reign of Rico begin.
I kept seeing Bron's face over and over in my head. He kept saying he would forgive me, but how? I just pulled the trigger that ended his life. I couldn't follow Rico, that much was obvious. So I left. I ran away. But after a week, Rico sent men after me.
placed under arrest by Rico, and we have the authority to use lethal force if necessary.
You should have already had your guns out.
Liam, stop!
What are you doing here, Brig?
Rico sent a search party for you. I tagged along.
Go back to him, Brig. I'm not gonna fight you.
No, you're not. I'm coming with you.
Go away.
No!
If he finds out, he's gonna kill us both.
Then he won't find us. It's not like I don't know how to cover my tracks.
I don't even know where I'm going, okay? I'm not dragging you along.
No, you're not. I'm carrying my own weight. Even if he sends guys after you, we'll both be here. 2 heads are better than 1.
Fine.
I was tired of serving Rico anyways.
What's that?
First thing he did when he took power was killed everybody in the Corps that opposed his reign.
How could he do something like that?
Listen, Liam, he's not the same he used to be.
How many people did he kill?
Over 77,000.
A bridge? The 2 worlds connected only by death.
But that doesn't exist. They're fairy tales. Earth doesn't exist.
Maybe, but... Look, I'm trying to find an escape from Rico, and we just watched a portal of light appear out of nowhere. I mean, this could be an opportunity.
And if it leads to Earth?
Then Rico won't find me.
But what if it leads somewhere else?
Anywhere away from Rico's a good place.
Then I'll come with you.
I can't ask you to do that.
Look, you're stuck with me. You might as well accept it.
Then... shall we?
You'd be surprised at the change that goes from living every moment of your life at once to being stuck in a line. In Haven, I lived my entire life all at once. I could tell you how I died because I had already lived it. I could live the choices I would make that would lead to my death. But suddenly I couldn't live out those moments. Any events that happened after I walked through the door were instantly forgotten, as if they'd never happened. I was a prisoner of time. It was a strange feeling, my entire future ripped away from me, not able to remember it. It was like I lost something important, something I needed as much as breathing, and it was gone. I felt despair, like losing a loved one.
What's the trouble?
Spark plugs. Where you been?
Oh, just scouting locations. Think we're gonna need to move pretty soon.
People starting to notice.
Had 3 people within a week tell me I didn't look a day older than the day they met me.
How long have we been here again?
11 years.
Wow. That's 2 years longer than the last place.
Yeah, I've done pretty well here.
So, found a place yet?
I was thinking Utah. Not many people out there. Might be able to last 20 or so years.
Sounds good.
Oh, I'll let you back at it.
Alright. I'll have it ready for you here soon.
It's not easy being immortal. When time actually plays out your years one by one, it feels a lot longer than living out possibly thousands of years worth of events in one moment. Brig and I had been on Earth for a long time now. Started out in Iran. A giant earthquake had killed 77,000 people. That was where the bridge had taken us. The year was 1727. We'd been on Earth for 300 years.
Rico told everybody you were dead.
Tara?
Then he called me into his office and said you were still alive.
Well, he'd be right.
And he told me you came here.
So you're his first officer now.
Took your place.
Congrats. So what are you doing here?
Rico sent me to kill you.
So what are you really doing here?
I'm deciding how I'm gonna do it.
I think you're having second thoughts about Rico.
Rico says I'm a better fighter than you ever were.
And he'd be right.
So you do realize I can kill you.
Yeah, I get that.
So...
Look, you're not gonna kill me, we both know that. Sarah, let go. Your heart wasn't in it. So, what's really going on?
Bron,
What about him?
we both saw you kill him, Liam.
Came across from another universe to tell me that.
No, I came to tell you that there have been rumors.
Rumors.
He's been seen in the outskirts.
He's dead.
That doesn't change the fact that he has been seen in the outskirts.
Well, unless they've seen his corpse in the outskirts, they're just rumors, nothing more.
A lot of Sentinels hate Rico for what he did.
Yeah.
And they would love to see Bron back on the throne.
So the rumors were created by desperate people.
Liam, what if they're not rumors?
Then it doesn't matter because we're still stuck here until some sort of natural disaster happens.
Not necessarily. There are other ways.
What?
Here we have a scene where Tara would sit down and try to convince Liam to come back and join her in a revolution to overthrow Rico. It gets rather complicated here, so what I'm going to do is just read the characters' lines and then put who's saying it for each part here. If the rumors of Bron being back are true, then I want to go back. Bron should have the throne, not Rico. I agree, but Bron is dead. I pulled the trigger. But if he wasn't, wouldn't you want to go back? If there was any chance he could take Rico off the throne. Yeah, but we can't get back unless a lot of people die. That's how bridges work. There's another way. I'm sorry, did she just say there's another way? Because that's what it sounded. Yep, I thought so. Yeah, there's actually no other way. We've been here for almost 300 years. If there was a way back, I'm pretty sure we would know it. Not exactly like we wanted to find one. Yeah, true. There is one, though. After you left, Rico hired a man to figure out how to create a bridge. He didn't want to slaughter people in droves just to create a natural bridge that would open anywhere at any time. And honestly, the man was a genius. He did exactly as Rico asked. Wait, he figured out how to create bridges. Artificially. Yeah? Well, that's perfect. Don't tell me you already have a plan. Even better, I have an acronym. Artificial Bridge Creator, ABC. That's amazing. They called it the Bridge Between Worlds. The BBW? That's stupid. Honestly, any acronym with W is useless. W has 3 syllables. It already takes longer to say than the actual words. We're calling it the ABC. Guys, we're not I love it. Either way, are you absolutely sure it works? I'm here, aren't I? Well, how does it work? Apparently, the scientist figured out how to measure time without actually coming to Earth. He could pinpoint a solid bridge from any event in Haven to any time on Earth, and so he pinpointed the moment you left and sent me a few minutes later. Yeah, his math was wrong. You were 300 years late. And how long is 300 years exactly in Earth time? This country wasn't around 300 years ago. Most humans don't even live to be 100 years old. Oh, but we should still be able to use it to get back. Right, so how do we get to it? That's where we run into an issue. Rico's going to be guarding it heavily from his end. I don't think that's going to be an issue. I would normally agree, but no, very, very heavily. I think he has some sort of self-destruct hooked up. As soon as we get through, we'd be blown to oblivion. Only he can deactivate it. So we can't even use that method. Sorry, I missed something. Weren't you sent here to kill Liam? Yes. Right, so why are you suddenly on our side? Rico, he's been using me for everything. I thought maybe he actually thought I was a good person, cared about me, but he thinks I'm nothing but a soldier. In all fairness, you do give off that impression. You do realize every time you insult me results in a higher percentage of possibility that I kill you. Naturally. But really, you really need to convince me that I'm going back for a good reason. If I go back there and Rico's on the other side waiting to kill me, if I were just leading you into a trap, I'd take you through the ABC. So I go back with you and we get rid of Rico. What if Bron's not actually back? Then whoever takes his place is still better than Rico. Or I could save myself the trouble and stay here. I kind of like Earth, you know. Wouldn't you rather have Bron ruling Haven? I don't want to go back because of a rumor, Tara. Then don't. Take a leap of faith. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it jump a gorge with a blindfold on. That's surprisingly accurate. Thank you. Either way, it's a pointless argument. I don't want to go back if I don't have a solid reason. And even if I did, I don't have a solid method of transportation. My answer is no. So what about me? You're going back to Haven. Tell Rico his scientist sent you back to the wrong time. Then he'll send me back again. Then refuse. If you're going to overthrow his reign, you're going to have to do it from Haven, and you're going to have to do it without my help. If you had a solid way back, I'm sure he'd come. No, I think I'm wasting my time. Look, it was good to see you. Good to see you too. If your brother comes around, let me know. He'll come around, and he'll let you know. Well, I wish he had as much faith in Bron as you do in him. I wish he did too. Here, take this. What is it? It takes a while to get used to time. If you look at it long enough, you'll figure it out. It helps you tell time. Thanks. Be safe. You too.
So, Utah, huh?
No,
But you said...
I know.
But
Tara's gonna find another way back.
how do you know?
This is Tara we're talking about. We fought beside her during the revolution. She fights harder and faster than anyone else I know. She'll find another way back. So, if she's really telling the truth, she'll find a way back with or without our help. So, we wait until she finds a way back, and then she'll come to us.
And then we'll go back.
Right.
And if the rumors of Bron aren't true?
Then we'll string up Rico for public execution and move on.
I knew you'd come around.
Go to bed.
I'll see you in the later morning.
Yeah, see you.
When you kill Liam, get back to the machine and press this button. That'll let us know when you're ready to come home. And, take this. You've earned it, First Officer.
There's got to be another way.
What I want to know is why everything's going wrong more and more on this planet.
It's not just Earth, it's Haven too. The universes have to be balanced.
So you're saying all these school shootings, riots, earthquakes, and tsunamis are all Rico's fault?
Possibly.
So when do you expect Tara back?
She'll go to the ABC. She'll consider going back, but she won't. I mean, she can't. Now that she's accepted Rico's evil, she can't serve under him. I mean, she'll come back to us. She needs our help to overthrow Rico.
So she couldn't just start a revolution herself without us?
No. Rico will keep tabs on her. Might even try to verify that she actually killed me.
Guess you're right.
So, she'll be back by the end of the day. Probably had nowhere to sleep last night anyway.
If you agreed with her all along, why did you send her away last night?
I don't know, Brig. It just... I didn't want to believe Bron was back because I didn't want to stand the disappointment of finding out that he wasn't.
But now you believe he is.
I believe that whether he is or isn't, Rico can't rule any longer. So we'll go back.
But not using the ABC.
Right. We'll need to find another way.
We don't want to kill tons of people either.
Definitely not a possibility. So, we need to find another way to imbalance the two worlds.
Right. If we imbalance the two worlds, rip a hole, and force a bridge into existence, question is, how does one imbalance the universe that much?
I haven't figured that out yet.
I'm not going to let you talk me out of doing this.
I wasn't planning on it. If you find a way, we're in.
Okay.
Come on in. So,
I don't know yet. I've been thinking. We can't use the ABC because of the self-destruct mechanism. The only other thing I can think of is if we send me back and I try to convince Rico to turn it off.
How?
I haven't figured it out yet.
What if there really is no self-destruct? What if he's bluffing?
He'll still have a bunch of troops there.
That's not going to be an issue.
I mean about 50.
Okay, so it's a little risky, but it's not impossible.
There really isn't a safe way back as of yet.
Liam and I were talking, and if we were able to imbalance the universe enough, it would just rip a hole between the two.
Just the way you said that sounded dangerous.
That's what a bridge is, though. I mean, it happens all the time, so apparently it's not that big of a deal.
Okay, so how do we do it?
Very carefully.
So, is there any chance of food? Because I haven't eaten since I got to Earth.
Well, we're kind of out of groceries, but I was going to run to the store later.
Yeah, let's all go. You look like you could use some time adjusting to Earth culture.
Well, American culture.
American?
Yeah, we'll show you around.
Okay, so in this great big ball of exposition and an attempt at humor, which I was not great at in 2015, Liam, Brig, Tara go grocery shopping. And right before they go into the building, Tara sees a girl that she recognizes from Haven. And she can't possibly be from Haven because she's the girl who died at the beginning in this scene right here. Which means, in some strange way of the universes attempting to balance out themselves, they created a double, which means the same person exists in both Haven and Earth. So they meet up with this girl. She's frantic. She doesn't understand them. They try and explain themselves to her, and she agrees to give them half an hour of her time so they can explain what they're trying to say. They come up with this crazy plan. Because the Natalie Sentinel died in this scene right here that I just used twice within 5 minutes. Because of that, they have to balance it out by... Sorry, no, not balance it out. They have to disrupt the balance by making sure she doesn't die in Earth. If they disrupt the balance, then there will be a bridge created that will let them get back to Haven because she was supposed to die and didn't die. So the universes will disrupt themselves and create a bridge. Natalie, of course, being an Earth girl who has no knowledge of any of this, is just kind of freaked out. So as they approach her in the parking lot, they say they need half an hour of her time. They go to a park where they talk about the rest. And they convince her just to let them guard her for 24 hours. So she goes back to their place like any trusting stranger would do. And she stays with them for the night. And that brings us up to this scene.
Oh, Tara. What's taking you so long, huh?
Barry, do you think?
So she hasn't killed them yet. General?
Yes, sir.
Send 2 of your best soldiers to the bridge between worlds. And send a Juggernaut. Tell Dr. Jennings to send them to the same time we sent Tara to Earth. Tell them to find her and ask her why she hasn't accomplished her mission yet.
Yes, sir.
Wait, General.
Sir?
A double. Tara is going to use the double to come back here without me knowing. And tell them to eliminate that girl if they see her.
Yes, sir.
Tara, I thought you were loyal. Problem?
No, sir.
Good. No problems.
right.
Stay here. Is this it? Probably. Oh, great. Just stay here. Don't have to tell me this. Are you alright? No! Okay? Crazy people just burst through this house and tried to kill us. No, I am not alright.
Are you physically harmed?
No, but are you guys going to pay for my therapy?
Calm down. Guns, okay? Actual guns went off. A bullet came through this door and missed me by inches, okay? I almost died.
But you didn't.
We protected you.
Which means... Is that it?
That's it.
That seems way too easy.
Really? Me being almost shot is easy.
Relatively, yes.
Okay, we don't have a lot of time. Get changed. Get your gun. Let's go. Let's go.
What about me?
What about you?
You can't just tell me all this stuff and then expect me to watch you guys leave and forget all about it.
She's right.
Look, we don't know what's going to happen if you try and cross this bridge.
Like spontaneous combustion, it can happen to any natural gate.
I want to come.
Why?
If you were given the opportunity to go to a new world, wouldn't you do it? And besides, if time doesn't exist, I can come back to roughly the same time I left, right?
If we had access to the ABC, we could do that, right?
Fine, you can come. But you're going to have to stay out of the way. There's going to be a lot of fighting.
Hey, if the other Natalie was a fighter, maybe I have some of that in me.
Just stay out of the way.
Fine.
Let's go. It's all coming back.
Same here.
I can feel it too.
Future, past, I forgot what it's like to have it all at once.
Guys, it still feels like time to me. I mean, it hurts, but it feels like normal time. Time.
Maybe humans see it differently?
Maybe. Just wait a second. I can't think. So much happening at once.
Everybody catch your breath. We need to get to Rico's compound.
He should have guards all through this area by now. He got paranoid with the people on the outskirts. He tries to keep them in check.
Lovely little dictator.
I'm not feeling too good.
Yeah, let's take a short rest. We didn't even get a full night's sleep.
Ah, Tara.
Sir?
Well, we've been friends for a long time now, Tara. There's no need to call me sir.
Sorry.
Sorry, Rico.
Sorry, Rico.
Was that so hard? So, think you're ready for an attack on Bron?
I'm ready to do whatever you'd have me do, sir.
See, it's exactly what I want to hear. You're a fantastic soldier and a great friend. And I'd kind of like to see you using all that potential.
What do you mean?
Well, let me be frank, Tara. Liam. I expect him to be a great first officer, but I kind of wish I'd given the position to you.
Why's that?
You're an amazing person. I'd like to see you in a position of power.
Well, it's a little late for that now, isn't it?
For the first officer position, maybe, but I've got power, and if you're close to people with power, then you're on the fast track to success.
So, what's your point?
My point is we're friends, and I wouldn't mind being a little closer.
Rico, you called?
Yes, Liam! Actually, no, I don't remember calling you.
I was told you called me.
Pretty sure I didn't. Looks like somebody pranked you.
I'm sorry, sir.
It's no harm done. You're dismissed.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, yes, Tara, you're dismissed as well. And just think about the situation.
I will.
Listen up. Do you know why Rico's emblem is a serpent?
No.
You don't find that strange?
He's never told us the meaning.
Serpents are deceitful, manipulative. They'll resort to lies to get what they want.
Liam, what are you saying?
Rico is a snake. He's poisonous. The closer you are to him, the more likely you are to get bitten.
Liam, you're not making any sense. You're closer to him than anybody.
Yeah, but I know he's a snake. I know how to be careful. You better learn to do the same.
Just me.
Sorry, I'm a little stressed.
Yeah. She's not quite Natalie, is she?
She has the same sassiness, but no, she's not the same Natalie.
Yeah. Still, her heart's in the right place.
She believes in Bron, just like you should.
I can't deny you were right. It could have been anywhere from her birth to her death. It's just a few hours after we met her.
And I showed up 300 years late, right when she was about to be attacked.
Okay, so maybe Bron is planning all this, but how does he plan something like that?
He rules Haven with an abnormally just hand. He's more than a sentinel, Liam. He's more. He's everything.
Don't often hear you getting deep like this.
It's just seeing her. It hurts.
Yeah, I know. Natalie was my friend too.
I just wish we hadn't spent so much time working for that snake, Rico.
Well, unlike others, we've been given a second chance. We can rip Rico off his throne.
And put Bron back on it.
How are we even supposed to find him?
I think he'll find us.
I hope you're right.
You don't even know what it was like under Rico's rule. You were gone for most of it.
Yeah, but I can imagine. I mean, he was always so interested in power. I should have seen it coming.
He's very clever, though. Very deceptive. He can make you believe things that aren't even true.
I'll make it all the better when I get a bullet in him.
What if that's not your place?
And it's yours. After all the things that he used you for, I mean, you deserve the honor. Are you willing to do whatever it takes to save Haven?
It's not just Haven. If Haven is saved, the universes will be balanced, and Earth will be saved too.
Okay, fine. Are you willing to do what it takes?
Yes.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
Not even Rico can touch that.
Liam,
Yeah.
thank you
For what?
for convincing me not to kill you.
That wasn't for your benefit, trust me.
But you convinced me to join you. You showed me friendship when all Rico showed me was slavery.
Well, that's what friends are for. It's gonna be dangerous and difficult, but it must be done. There are no options. If we don't succeed, Rico's gonna rule, possibly forever. It's our job to make sure that doesn't happen. So are you willing to do what it takes? Whatever it takes. Good. Let's go.
You okay? Alright.
Have you ever fired one of these before?
No.
Okay, crash course. If it's a bad guy, hold it out in front of you, pull the trigger. If nothing else, you can scare him into not shooting you. Okay? Sounds good. Let's roll out. Action. Alright, Tara, you lead the way.
Are you sure?
Here's current first officer, you know how he works.
True.
You know, maybe I'm jumping to conclusions here, but I think you're trying to overthrow my reign, Tara. Oh, what's that? I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of your betrayal. And now I'm going to kill you, just like Liam over there. Goodbye, Tara. Your usefulness has come to an end.
You have ruled for far too long, my son.
Don't tell me what I have or haven't done. I watched you die.
You should know I would not stay dead.
No! I knew that every sentinel dies at some point. And once you die, you don't come back.
Then stop looking at me as a sentinel.
No! You are nothing! I am a god!
You are no god. You are a deceiver. A giver of false light. You gave these people hope and then ripped it all away.
Bron, wait, Bron, please, I'll change. Bron!
You're lying. Again. Your judgment day has come. Goodbye, Rico.
Liam wakes up on a hill overlooking the Kingdom of Haven. Bron is standing before them. He thanks them all individually for their strengths and the things that they did to help overthrow Rico, and then he charges them with convincing the rest of Haven to submit to him once again, and that the land would now be prosperous because he's a good king and he cares for everyone. He forgives Liam for shooting him. He thanks everyone individually, as I already said. And then he makes Tara his first officer. Natalie stays back on Earth. Liam goes back to Earth so he can talk about Haven to Earth people, let them believe that it exists and that Bron is the one true king. Then it cuts to an alleyway where Tara comes to say goodbye to Liam, and then they agree that they'll keep in touch for whatever the future holds. Then Liam ends this by saying, "Are humans alone in the universe? Yes. In this universe. But the good news is, this universe isn't the only thing out there. There's more."
Oh, he's in the shot.
Sweat.
I said quiet on the set,
I don't
man.
care.
Okay, just keep it going.
Basically what's happening is Steven is going to be doing a thing, and then Jacob's going to fall. It's going to be cool. We're throwing berries at Sarah. She likes berries.
2, 1, action. I know, I fell on you.
Okay, so we're gonna cut to. Look. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Wake up, we have company. I realized I have too much to do, so. Alright, when? Okay.
Which means.
That's it.
Okay, no, that didn't work.
Guns, okay, actual guns went off. He's pulling.
your love for your friends.
Don't do that!
I don't know, she left.
Let's go back in, guys.
Let me get you in focus because you're not in focus.
He got paranoid once the native people started doing the witchcraft.
And I wouldn't mind being a little closer.
Well, Cameron certainly believes you.
I'm not feeling too good.
Recording over top of old audio. Not a recommended gesture. Alright, guys.
How's I count all that?
I mean, you're an amazing person.
Can you say a Slyke?
Just say it from there.
I just blanked out, just like, what am I supposed to
Say it from there, don't.
That's not the exact same spot you're in before, though.
Where was I before?
I don't know.
Good.
I have retaken the throne of heaven, Haven.
I failed. Sorry, guys. I lost the rhythm.
And for that, I do thank you. Bam.
Bang.
Go away, Chuck. Nobody likes you.
I'm gonna count.
You're adorable, Hannah.
And with all this romantic atmosphere, disasters in the air.
You're recording.
Oh, the mic was on. Let me look at it.